That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's wittingly. You know, and then you got unwittingly. You know what I'm saying? You think, oh, this ain't for nobody. You know what I'm saying? You got to cover all your proper precautions. Somebody could be setting your ass up, man. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You got to do the right thing. You got to have that integrity, man. That initiative. Okay? And if you know, and that's what I'm saying with things that are of the scriptures, man. Because the scriptures even say, if a man don't know the law and keep it, what difference is he from a man that knows the law and keep it? It's the same thing, man. It's all about that inner you. You know, because the scriptures say again that we are out here to bring you back to remembrance, man. That means it's always been inside you. You know what I'm saying? We're just putting the pieces of the puzzle that you already had within you. We're just putting them together for you, man.
A refresher course.
You know?
This is some more to that.
Yeah. Says, woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong.
Yep. And his chambers. So you build your whole foundation off that shit, man. And if you go to the far left with it, it's just talking about how you rape, not rape, rob, and murder, but same thing. Wherever you get it, if you make your money off of selling human trafficking, cocaine dealing, arms weaponry, murdering people, okay, that's America wrapped up in the good package for you, man. All right, right now they're building their house. America's greatness was established off of World War II. You know what I'm saying? That's how they became them boys, through war. Okay? Not before that, America became great off of slavery. Okay? So their house was built off of Rome from the get-go. So they are not to be respected, man. Or whatever they represent. Okay? Which goes into another aspect. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna roll with the spirit, man, because I was watching another little get down where they were talking about you could get fined for burning the American flag, and the brother was like, you ain't gonna get fined for burning no fucking African flag. I don't give a fuck about the Africans, but he was just trying to make a point. You know what? If it's justice, what's the fucking difference, man? Don't burn a flag, period, because it's a disrespect to another person. You know what I'm saying? But America ain't about justice. Y'all niggas inhaled that poison, and now you're regurgitating that shit, man. All right. Just like I used to always go into, we're dealing with my missus. You know what I'm saying? We had a long discussion about child support. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just steady cutting them. You know what I'm saying? And then you really couldn't say nothing at the end of the day. You can have a thousand hypotheses, but the bad outweigh the good to that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like they say, well, what if the dude was a deadbeat? Well, you shouldn't been, you know what I'm saying? You should have picked the nigga better, man. First of all, you shouldn't be able to pick a nigga. He should pick you. You know what I'm saying? So that shut that down automatically, you know, amongst many other things. You know? Well, if he gets shot, then we supposed to have a system to help out the widows. But y'all working now, so we ain't got no power to say anything to bring honor toward our people. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I bring out child support because I have factual evidence that child support ain't nothing but a system to destroy the Israelite household and tax our people. Because half of that money goes to the state. And you can look it up. It's on WorldStar. They had this guy. 10 years later, received a letter in the mail saying that he owes $69,000, damn near $70,000 in child support. This ain't P Diddy or nothing. It's a regular nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Owes damn near $70,000 in child support, a couple hundred off. All right. He goes to fight it because the kid ain't his. The lawyer. This is what the judge said. I don't care if the kid ain't yours. I'm mad at the fact that you ain't respond to it. All right, so he went further on to say, well, fuck that, I'm gonna prove to y'all the kid ain't mine. Took a DNA test. 0.00. The kid ain't his. At all. All right? The judge saying, I don't give a fuck, you didn't answer that court summons. So that's your responsibility. Then to further prove it, he say and receive it, the nigga was in jail the time they sent the court summons out. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then she said, the judge like, I still don't give a fuck. Now this is the icing on the cake. The woman that said that was the baby daddy said, I did that for government assistance. He is not the baby daddy, and I do not believe he owed me any child support. What the lady said, okay, well take your half, the state still want their $30,000. What that tell you about that shit, man? What type of shit is that, man?
It's a racket.
And what's getting me, what are all you fucking loving Edomites? Where all y'all at, man? Why don't y'all rally against that shit? All that you loving, you got love for one another, skin color don't matter. That shit is wrong, man. That shit should not slide. Okay? That is injustice. You hear Obama and all these senators and representatives of America talk about injustice. That's some injustice. That shit should not slide at home, man. Not at home. But it's a nigga, man. But y'all niggas out here walking around like that type of shit ain't going on, man. Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah, because they write grievousness because it's grievous to us, man. They gonna have that shit on them. Okay, go ahead.
That was a cracker. He would have. Oh, that's not your child. Okay, go ahead and get 3 more jobs. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Yeah, turn aside the needy from judgment. That's what they did to that brother, man. That's what they did to the Hamite that got Ebola out here. He came from Liberia. They turned aside the needy from judgment. They sent his ass home. Them other Edomites came in, they got cured. They gave the other nigga Tylenol and sent him home. Because they wanted to spread. But they don't really care about their own either once it come to classes. But if it come to once it get to race, yeah, they send his ass home back to the Liberian community. What community was it? It was a Liberian community.
Liberia.
Okay, that Liberian community that was in Texas. Okay.
And then on top of that, they were saying when the niggas, they just sent them home, and then 2 Edomites pop up with it, and all of a sudden they had, a vaccine or whatever for the cured and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if y'all seen that. It was on, 16th March. But, then they had documents that they patent that and all of this, but all of a sudden they had a cure, and then they was like, they was going back and forth about it or whatever, and they was like, it's, they had to, I guess it got to go through federal government in order for them to use a vaccine on an American citizen. But anybody that's not an American citizen, they don't have to go through the federal government. They can just use the vaccine on them, because they was trying to use it as an excuse. Well, they couldn't use the vaccine on the first guy who got it, the Liberian guy, because they would have to go through federal court or whatnot. But they didn't even have to, because he's not an American citizen. So they just, like the brother said, they didn't even want to give this nigga the vaccine. They wanted him to go about so he can spread it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, depopulation. And on the top of the fact, you got another angle to it, whereas a lot of these niggas could be actors. The brother Karatazar was going into it. You know what I'm saying? He'll bring it to us earlier. You know what I'm saying? That same thing with the Boston bombings. Sandy Hook, where they had them actors, they acted like they got Ebola and things like that, so you can have the masses run and go get the shit. And that injection ain't nothing but rabies and Ebola. Rabies and Ebola. You know what I'm saying? And the chip, it's all 3 in 1.
It's been a lot of bullshit going on lately. Just this past week, you had the parliament got shot up in Canada. You had the dude in New York City chopping people's heads with axes. You had the school getting shot up, and you had the girl came out saying that wasn't the dude that supposed to have Ebola. Them was all false flag acts.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the video with the parliament, you can see the dude has a camera, which is on a tripod. You can see him set it down and pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You can tell what a tripod is. And you see like four or five other people with cameras videotaping inside the parliament. And then with the school shooting, they had a what do you call it? With like a emergency drill with the SWAT team.
No. I know what you're talking about. I don't know the word for it. Like a trial run type of thing.
Yeah. Basically, the day before, in that same little Hoduck town in Washington, the day before the school shooting, and the SWAT team just miraculously happened to be there the day before the school got shot up.
And they real big, you know, with doing drills and shit, you know, right before.
Right, that's what they did with the Boston bombing. Everything that you see on the news these days is set up. They setting it up so you can watch what they want you to watch, so they can pull on your heartstrings, so they can get you to that vaccine. Like the brother said, that's what it's all leading to: the martial law, the vaccine, the chips, the race riots, and all of that.
Yeah, you do drills to see how people will react. So when you do the real thing, you'll be ready to counter that. Just like with fighting. If that person, if you can't predict that person, what you do feints. You do fake. You know what I'm saying? You fake a jab and say, oh, he like to lean that way. You know, he leans to the left when I jab, or he leans to the right. I could fake it and throw a head kick or do a hook or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that does, and that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They throw fakes. They threw trial runs. You know what I'm saying? And that trial run, it's a fake. People will react and say, oh shit. They might even say things that they would do. Or they might even do things. I'm taking my child out of the school. You know what I'm saying? Which is a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like with the Ebola outbreak, just like with anything, something has happened in history where it was a trial run already, man. The Great Depression was already a trial run for the inflation of the dollar. You already got that down pat. Okay? You had the Cold War. Okay? You had the for World War III. Nothing but a trial run, man. You know?
It's preseason.
Yeah.
So once the regular season starts, you know what I'm saying? You got your game down.
Pick out the bones. You're like, this shit ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work either. You know?
Back in Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 27. It says, starting 26, it says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Yeah, that's talking about Jake, the 2/3 of our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't right, man. All these things we're explaining, and y'all out here acting like we crazy, we're retarded, or what are they doing out here? Like you got something better to do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing a damn thing, man. You out here. You know? You're not doing nothing, man. Alright? I don't care if you're building $1 million corporation, you still ain't doing shit if it's gonna be destroyed. You could build a mansion out of gold. If a fucking comet hit it the next day, it was a pointless act. You know what I'm saying? And therefore the scriptures are saying a comet, which is gonna be thermonuclear missiles, is gonna land upon America, so anything that's invested in this country is a waste of time, man. It's recreational activity. Okay?
Tell you in Ezra's that the Lord get mad when niggas invest in this money.
Yeah. It says to be as pilgrims. Okay? If you got a job, you got a job. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to get more, that's what's up. But don't invest your life into this place. This place is going down, man. This place ain't worth 2 pennies on a dollar. Why, you know, just like a woman. You invest all your time in that woman, you know what I'm saying? Woman leave you, that's a waste of time. You're gonna go crazy. But if she's good to you, that's what's up. If she act up, you get rid of her. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Then you carry on. But your main priority should be toward serving the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shah. Okay? Go ahead.
When distress